Onegashimasu, welcome back to the Goju Ryu Karate Center. Apologies, last week we didn't get a video out. It was a whoopsie from my side. I recorded something and the sound was not working, so quickly double check. Yeah, it's running, we're good. Don't want to make the same mistake again. We've been working on the 10-step Sandan-gi that Sensei Chinen used to teach, and for a long time I didn't realize that it had a name, and I think I wrote it over there. Geki I Do is the name that I've seen used, or a variation thereof, and basically moving attack. And so we've been running through it as a very interesting way to do 5 or 10 minutes of stepping basics with our students in our regular classes, because it encourages the development of leg muscles as well as stances, and using a variety of stances and a variety of technique. I'm going to do a single section so that you can see. So I remember we always started left back with either a maai that was a maai, or one that tweaked up into a chudan uke. So for now, just this, and maigeri, oizuki, uraken, gyakuzuki. Shift back, age uke. This is where the variations come in. When you shift back, you can also block chudan uke or gedan barai. And that'll give you the 3 basic variations. So let's say I've done age uke. I'm going to kick, go forward and punch gyakuzuki, pivot, block, and double punch. Things to watch out for. So when you do the entire exercise, the idea is as much as possible to stay down and to keep good solid stances. So when I move back and I'm in my Zen Kutsudachi, I want to be in the best possible Zen Kutsudachi as possible. Try and avoid standing up as you kick. Try and stay down and allow the muscle here to work and create some kind of compression. Kick. As you land, you literally want to land, and this punch must end. Don't over-rotate. So keep it a little bit nice and square. Then uraken with a snapback, and from there, a short hip drive for the gyakuzuki. When you shift back, sit onto the back leg. Don't go up, down, but try and push straight back onto your back leg and block. Now, critical, and I know I struggle with this, is not to lean forward. As much as possible to be straight up, okay? So try and be straight up. Keep this leg in this position as you kick. Stay down as you execute the punch again. Now you may experience a slight drop depending on how much emphasis you have on loading. But block and time it with the pivot. If you load more, you will drop forward slightly. And then double punch. If you look at just that little component, you can see how strongly it is going to tie in with Fuku Katadai-san. And so this set of exercises fits hand and glove with training within the Fuku Katadai Ich-Ni-San range that are practiced under the kind of Goju Ryu tree from Sensei Chinen. And so you get a kihon as well as a kata that works. And then obviously you can work towards doing partner work. So Brian, let's go. Brian, as usual, rolling his sleeves up. Bad form, Brian. Something that we've been working on is basically the idea of blocking. So we're going to start with kicks. 1, I step with the correct leg, punch. He does the uraken, block koke, and he does the punch. And I block with the opposite hand. All right? So if you see that from this side, I would move backwards. I block, 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 block. It's rather reminiscent of Geki I Do in a straight line, doing the defensive structure. It's the same kind of principles. So let's do that again, Brian. So I would break it down. I would do the first 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come back. And now let's do the other side. So as you step, 1, 2, 3, 4. And make emphasis on good chamber for what it's worth. We're practicing Kihon, and it's good for youngsters to make sure they've got this. There's nothing attached to it right now. It's not about power, and it's not about grabbing and pulling back in. Let's do it again. Start right side. So we move 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, that side. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And you build this kind of idea. Now, break the whole 10-part sequence up into a few parts that will work for you. So we found that everybody got the first 4 parts because we spent a lot of time doing partner work, and it's kind of logical and simple. But then we started moving towards other ideas. So we're now going to move with the idea of moving back. So I have to be the attacker a little bit, and I'm going to shift in my cat stance. Okay, so if I move with my right leg and, my left leg. I've been teaching so much with Miro this week, it's crazy. If I move with my left leg and punch Jordan, Brian is going to make sure he shifts back with his right and he blocks with his left, and he's going to do Agyoke and cat stance. So we're going to go 1. Okay, so we get this position. Brian's next attack is from his side. He's going to kick and he's going to shift forward. So I need to move backwards as we do this. So Brian is going to kick, and I'm either going to block this way or I'm going to block this way. That's the only 2 ideas that I really would like at first. All right, so I'm here. Maybe we do like Sansaru. 1. So we block low, and then as he punches, we block high. So block, block, and the Sikite must come back to here. So let's do that again, Brian. So you would work. We're going to do on the same side again. So 1, Brian kicks, 1, 2. And we end up in this position. Nice, good shape. And we would practice the other side. So we're going to block that side. 1. And Brian kicks. 2. I did it the wrong way around. Let's do it again. 1. And Brian kicks. No, that was correct. 1, 2 is correct. My bad. All right, let's do it again so we can cut that piece out. Please, Zoe. Blupses. Let's go. I'm going to attack this side. We'll just do this side, then this side. So 1 and 2. And let's go on the other side. 1 and 2. That's it. Now we practice that, and we can attack Chudan and Gedan. Our third reaction, or our third section we practice as a Kion, is the Gedan Barai double punch. And this really got everybody confused. So we're going to work from the position we ended up in last, which would be Brian is there and I am here. So I am going to do what I term a defensive maigiri. I'm going to probe and kick for the ribs, and you can see Brian is going to move out the way. And the reason we're not blocking fully, or I'm not committing fully, is because that tends to happen, and now it becomes a little bit awkward for the sake of Kion. It's also very good for people to have a kick that can penetrate and return. So I do 1, 2, and as Brian comes back, I'm going to block and block. And when I finish, I'm going to finish same arm, same leg, and Brian is finishing same arm, same leg. All right, so we're going to do that again. Brian is stay here. We were in this position, and it was right and left. So I do the defensive kick. 1, Brian comes back. As he comes back, I block. I'm blocking with my inner arm against his, and 2, and then we would carry on. Okay, so this idea can be done as 3 stages. You can break them down further. It can be done as 3 stages in the build-up to completing the entire section. So I would often suggest that the students train the entire sequence, and then for partner work on, let's call it Monday, Tuesday, they would do 1 piece, and on Wednesday, Thursday, they would do another piece. The following week, we'd revisit 1 and 2 a couple of times, and then do part 3, and then that end of that second week, they would do the complete sequence with their partner. And in doing so, what they're going to develop is this understanding that A, they shouldn't miss classes, there's progression in your classes, and that progression builds towards something bigger. It will also help the parents understand, especially when they sit and they watch, when they see something going from a small piece and eventually developing to a large piece, that there is some structure to what you are doing. I think karate instructors sometimes have the dilemma of they walk in and they do the 1, 2, 3 stepping. 1, what am I doing today? 2, I think I'll do that. 3, hey, line up! Onigashimasu! And then off you go. And I know I'm guilty of the 1, 2, 3 planning method, but the more I have structured plans and goals for, let's say, a term or I think in America you might call it a semester or a block. If I have a goal that I can work towards as an instructor, then all of a sudden my classes take a particular shape and we develop as we go along. All right, so our goal now is to put all of this together and just show you kind of what it looks like. So, okay, so I'm going to do the defensive component. Brian is going to do the Geki I Do, the attacking, moving attack. Okay, so shimasu, and we're going to yoi. We're both going to take a left, no, not too close, Brian, about that far. A left back kamae. So 1. All right, so Brian is going to start. He's going to do the attack sequence. Here we go. Ich, up, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to shift in. We're going to do Jordan. 1. He is going to attack. 2, 3. I defensive kick, back, opposite, same. And that is 1 component. And we will change it as we go. We'll show you one more time so you can practice it. Okay, so we're going to go left back, 1. And Brian, hold on, let me get closer. Brian kicks 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, moving in. Let's do Chudan, Brian, just for the sake of doing Chudan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So in doing this, you start getting an idea of how you can build your exercise, your Geki I Do. And the moment you do a partner exercise, it starts to take on something a little bit more real. And then it forces both sides to work. A little interesting exercise to do maybe if you have a seniors class, teach 1 component, teach the complete other component in like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Do it as I did it like this with my black belt class. I said to them, all right, everybody step back. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Taught it like that. And then told them to fit it together for themselves. And watch the total implosion in their minds and in the exercise as they make a total mess of it, and then bring them back a little bit by little bit and let them fix a bit, fix a bit, fix a bit, and within a class you can actually get them to do it completely. But it takes a lot of hard work. It is very much a mental class as well as a physical class, and if you're conditioned to believing that karate classes are just stepping up and down doing basics, then this might be a very, very serious break from your reality. So that's an idea that you can try. I do it on a regular basis. I have classes where I call it mental training, and the karate happens here, but there is also a physical element to the karate. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a short snippet. There's a little bit of kion and a lot of talking, and hopefully we will see you soon with Fuku Katadai-san. Hi. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. We appreciate them all. Cheers.